Okay, so we're going to be talking about maximum revenue quadratic word problems. So most important thing to know is the revenue is going to be equal to the number of items sold times the price per item. So the vertex is always halfway between the function zeros. So where it crosses that x-intercept, because we have symmetry, the vertex is always going to be halfway in between. So if a function is in factored form, we want to find the zeros and then find the average of the zeros to get the x value of the vertex. So that just means we won't have to multiply it out to get into standard form, then to do our x equals negative b over 2a. It's just a simpler way. So all we're going to do is add the zeros and divide by 2. And again, this is just an easier way to get our vertex. So first example, we have a monthly teen magazine, has 28,000 subscribers when it charges $10 per annual subscription. For each $1 increase in price, the magazine loses about 2,000 subscribers. We want to know how much should the magazine charge to maximize the annual revenue, and what is the maximum revenue. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let x equal the number of $1 increases. And then I'm going to let r equal the revenue. So again, we're going to go back to that revenue equals number of items sold times the price per item. So our revenue of the number of increases is equal to, so how many magazines did we sell? So, or how many subscribers do we have? So we have 28,000 subscribers, and that is decreasing. So we're going to have minus 2,000 per $1 increase. So 2,000 times x. So every time we increase $1, we lose 2,000 subscribers. So if we increase it $2, we lose 4,000 subscribers. Then we need to talk about the cost, the price per item. So right now we're charging $10 annually, plus the amount that it goes up, right? That number of $1 increases. So $10 plus how many $1 increases. So here is our revenue function. So since it is in factored form, we're going to want to find our zeros. So again, remember the maximum always occurs at the vertex, or the minimum occurs at the vertex, depending on what we're looking for. In this case, we're looking for the maximum. So I'm going to go ahead and set our revenue equal to 0. So we can find our zeros, then find the average of those zeros. So I'm going to set 28,000 minus 2,000x equals 0, or 10 plus x equals 0. So over here we have 28,000 equals 2,000x, so x equals 14, or over here x would equal negative 10. So again, we are looking for that vertex. We are not there yet. We're going to take the average. So if we were to look at this on a graph, that would mean that our parabola, our quadratic function, would cross the x-axis at 14 and negative 10. So our vertex is going to be halfway between those two. So we say x equals 14 plus negative 10 divided by 2. So we have 4 over 2, which equals 2. So now that we know the x point of our vertex, how much should the magazine charge? So again, we're looking to make this a maximum. So for the price, our price per subscription is 10 plus x. So we're going to say 10 plus 2, so that's easy, that's 12. For our revenue, we're just going to substitute 2 back into both, or everywhere we see X. So we have 28,000 minus 2,000 times 2 plus, nope, not plus, times 12. All right, so we'll have revenue is equal to 2,000 times 2 is 4,000. 28,000 times, or minus 4,000 is 24,000. Times 12. So our revenue is equal to $288,000. So for our final answer, a price of $12, because we have to add that 10 plus 2. So a price of $12 will maximize the annual revenue at $288,000. All right, example number 2, we have a surfboard shop sells 45 surfboards per month when it charges $500 per surfboard. For each $20 decrease in price, the store sells 5 more surfboards per month. How much should the shop charge per surfboard to maximize the monthly revenue? What is the monthly revenue? So looking at that, we want X to equal the number of $20 decreases. And again, we'll let R equal the revenue. So again, we're saying the number of items sold. So that should be R of X is equal to how many items are we selling? So we are selling 45 surfboards per month. But then we are selling 5 more surfboards per $20 decrease. So 45 plus 5X times the price per item. So we are currently selling surfboards for $500. And then we decrease them by $20 every time. So now to find our vertex, we want to find our 2 zeros and then find the average of those 2 zeros. That'll give us the X point of our vertex because we're looking for our maximum. So we're going to say 0 equals 45 plus 5X times 500 minus 20X. So I set 45 plus 5X equals 0, or 500 minus 20X equals 0. So I have 5X equals negative 45, X equals negative 9, or 500 equals 20X, so X equals 25. So again, that's where our graph would pass through our x-axis. So those are our zeros. So to find the vertex, because we have symmetry, we're just going to average these 2 zeros. So we have negative 9 plus 25 divided by 2. So we have 16 over 2, so X equals 8. So what does that tell me? That tells me that we should decrease the surfboard cost 8 times by $20 each time. So what is our price? Well, the price is the 500 minus 20 times 8. So 500 minus 160 gives us 340. So we're selling for $340. So how many surfboards does that mean we're selling? So our revenue is equal to 45 plus 5 times 8, because again, that's the number of times we decreased by $20, times our price, so that's $340. So our revenue is equal to 45 plus 5 times 8, so that's 40. So that gives us 85. 85 times 340. That gives us a total revenue of $28,900. So for our final answer, a price of $340 will maximize, this time we're doing the monthly revenue. So our monthly revenue at $28,900. Okay, final example. An online retailer sells songs for $1. At this rate, they sell about 3,000 songs per hour. For each 10 cents decrease in price, they sell about 500 more songs. We want to find the maximum revenue per hour and what price yields the maximum revenue. So I'm going to let X equal the number of 10-cent decreases. And I'm going to let R equal our revenue again. We're going to say the revenue of X is equal to. So, again, number of items sold. So we're selling 3,000 songs per hour. But that increases 500 songs per 10-cent decrease times our price per item. So we're selling them for $1 minus 10 cents per decrease. So again, if we wanted to find the vertex, we could FOIL this out, set X equal to negative B over 2A. But it's just simpler to find our zeros and then find the average of our zeros. So we're going to say 0 equals 3,000 plus 500x times 1 minus 0.10x. So we have 3,000 plus 500x equals 0, or 1 minus 0. I'm just going to drop that last 0. 0.1x equals 0. So 500x equals negative 3,000. So x equals negative 6. Or 1 equals 0.1x. So x equals 10. So we average our zeros. So we have negative 6 plus 10 divided by 2. So that gives us 4 over 2, which equals 2. So 2 is our X point of our vertex. So that tells me that we should decrease our price per song by 10 cents twice. So that means we decrease it by 20 cents, right? So our price is equal to 1 minus 0.1 times 2. So that's going to give us 80 cents. So we should charge 80 cents per song. What will our revenue be when we charge 80 cents per song? So our revenue is equal to 3,000 plus 500 times 2 times 80 cents. So 3,000 plus 1,000 gives us 4,000 times 80 cents. So our revenue per hour will be $3,200. So final answer, a price of 80 cents will maximize our hourly revenue at $3,200.